Hopefully my pup will calm down.
Huh?
Hopefully my puppy will calm down.
I can't hear it. I can't hear your dog.
Good morning, everybody. This is Brittany Jennings, and I'm with the Seniors Blue Book. This morning we are live on Zoom with Christie Castro from Homewell. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Good morning, Brittany. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. How are you doing out there in this world?
It's crazy right now. It's really crazy, but it's got its challenges. We're real excited because Homewell is new in the community, so we're real excited to be here and serve during this time. It's been good to kind of reach out to everybody and build our relationships through email and through Zoom, things like that, because we haven't been able to actually go out.
I know I keep talking about, like on these calls, I'll ask people like, what are you doing that's maybe new for you or something but maybe it's a new skill or talent or just something you haven't done for a long time. Is there anything like that you're doing, just even reading, something that kind of helps you pass the time right now?
Right now, we are spending a lot of time just focusing on, doing our digital media. Um, we're meeting a lot of people via Zoom. We're trying to limit contact as much as possible, both with our office staff and with our caregiving team. Mm-hmm. So we are just trying to be remote as much as possible. And actually, all businesses are trying to do that now. So it's pretty typical now. I think we're going into a new phase of how we all do business.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. I get to be like anywhere I want to in the world every morning at 9:30. Today I'm on the John Ringling Bridge.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous about that.
Isn't it so pretty? That's like one of my like Zen spots where I just go and sit because it's just so pretty. And right now, like we need that. Like we need that nice peace and reassurance that we live in paradise. So
right.
So tell us, give us a little bit of a background on Homewell, kind of what area y'all cover, services, that sort of thing.
So Homewell Care Services is licensed in both Manatee and Sarasota County for personal care services. We are a non-skilled home health company, private pay. We are a new franchise in the area, and we are serving the entire community, including the islands, Holmes Beach, Longboat Key, Siesta Key. And we're very excited to be here. This has kind of been a new adventure for me, and I'm excited to be a co-owner with Carl and Bob.
It's exciting.
So that's exciting, yes. We are providing all the regular standard activities of daily living that you see in private duty, but we have a special touch that I am really focused on. After 15 years in private duty, one of the things that I saw lacking in home care is the attention to detail for the type of activities and interaction that caregivers were giving to seniors. And so we spend a significant amount of time in training and in follow-up with our clients to ensure that they're getting quality life enrichment activities and quality engagement, and that we're hiring caregivers who really are invested in our seniors' ability to be out there and active. So, whether it's just a puzzle or they're going to the theater or they're going to the senior friendship center, whatever they're doing, that our caregivers are engaging and not just sitting on a cell phone or ignoring the client, but they're actually providing what we call LEAP, Life Enrichment Activities Program. And every client has one. We're trying to make sure that everybody gets, especially right now, because seniors are so isolated from not being able to be out, that every single client is engaged in what they are interested in and what they love to do, and that the caregivers are bringing those activities into the home.
That's awesome. So basically, when somebody does sign up for your services, or a caregiver signs up their loved one, you guys do you have a nurse that goes out, or what's your process when getting somebody onboarded and finding out those different things that I say like to make somebody tick, like basically things like whether it's reading. For me, it would be like taking me to the casino. Like when I'm in my 80s and 90s, I'm going to hire a service to take me there because it makes me happy. So what's your process kind of look like for people out there listening?
So we do have a nurse who does an initial assessment. I do my own assessment also in the sales process with the family, and when we're talking with families, we're not talking about just how many hours does somebody need, but we're talking about what type of hours do they need. You know, are they needing somebody who's going to read to them, who's going to take them out, do a puzzle with them, play a game with them, all of those sorts of things. So we build all of that into the care plan of the senior so that the senior themselves feels that the care plan is tailored to them, not just for how many times a week do they get a shower or how many times a day do we give them, you know, remind them to take their medication, but that there are like if we know that they like to watch Jeopardy at 10 a.m., that the caregiver is there with the TV ready to roll at 9:59 and actually trying to play along with the senior so that that senior can engage.
I love it.
Those are the types of things that we're trying to do.
You hit one of my hobbies, which is watching Jeopardy.
You would be surprised. I mean, I have some seniors who were like, I'm not missing Young and the Restless or Days of Our Lives. Like they have certain soaps that they don't want to miss. Fine with me. You know, we tell the caregiver, be there at the ready with the TV on.
I love it. What about now, has anything really changed as far as some of the calls that you're getting? Are you finding that people are looking for people to go grocery shopping or just really try to do things outside of the home for them since, our aging population is at higher risk right now?
We are really seeing, in the time of COVID-19, we have a lot of seniors who call for grocery shopping and pharmacy pickup because they just don't feel confident in going out and doing themselves. And we know that the safest place for them to be is at home. We do know that. I think the other thing that I'm seeing more and more call-ins for are people who are saying, I want to pull my mother out of assisted living, or I want to pull my mom and dad out of skilled nursing because those buildings are on lockdown. And of course, it's the safest thing to do in those buildings right, to prevent people from leaving their rooms. But they are concerned that, they can't get in to see their mom and dad. And so I'm getting more and more of those calls and inquiries about, can you help me take mom and dad out of their assisted living, which of course we will do. But again, those conversations with people have to be had about this is not going to last forever. We don't anticipate that your mother's assisted living is going to be locked down for the next 10 years. But
right,
there's a lot of fear with family members. A lot of families are hiring us to go into independent living communities and check on mom and dad because they can't get in. There's a lot of fear regarding PPE. Some families are worried like, oh, we've hired this other agency to take care of mom or dad and they're not wearing masks or they don't have gowns. So we're just making sure that we have all the proper personal protective equipment for our caregivers and that, we're advising families of what's sound for them and what's good for them in the long term.
Yeah, that all makes complete sense. I know it's got to be so difficult. Because I've worked in senior living communities and I know how important it is when families visit and they get that time with their loved ones. So it is a good point to bring up that even if it was something that if it was the right thing for that person, if they needed to, go home, that you could take care of them temporarily, and then they would go back to that community or whatever, again, works out best for that person. But that's a good point to bring up. So as far as financially, you mentioned private pay. So somebody could hire you for that. Do you all accept like long-term care insurance or VA, or is there anything like that along those lines people should know?
We do accept long-term care insurance and we do accept assignment of benefit for those long-term care policies. We are not accepting any other payer sources, and I don't anticipate that we will soon, like Veterans Administration or Medicaid or anything of that nature, but we are strictly private pay.
Okay. All right. And if you had a message to kind of share with people as we close out here, is there anything that you want to leave people with? Any pieces of advice or wisdom?
Oh my goodness. Well, I would say to people that are really starting to get nervous about what to do and should I hire somebody for mom? I think that now is the perfect time to bring a service on board with your loved one, and just be sure that you vet that agency well and that they're well prepared to provide a safe service. And also to use your digital options, your virtual visits as often as possible with mom or dad. Don't let them get isolated and depressed. It's the biggest challenge that we're having right now in both senior living and in private duty is staying connected and helping our clients stay connected. And it's really critical to their health that they speak to their children regularly, that their caregivers are loving and kind, and that, they get trusted care and true compassion at every visit.
I do think it's going to change the way, like, that families that live out, because as we know in Sarasota, a lot of people do come here to retire, but their families live out of state. And it used to be so common that we would all just use a phone call, even like us professionals, but now because we are using things like Zoom or Skype or whatever it might be, FaceTime, I think it's going to help really connect, this, if there's a good that can come out of this, it's going to help connect people in a different way and even moving forward. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, technology has been amazing through this entire process. And I think we're going to see the future of home care is going to be around technology. We're going to see a lot more technology in the houses to help us both measure outcomes for patients, temperatures, blood pressures, all of that, kind of like telehealth, but more virtual in terms of checking in on mom and dad. I know Homewell offers a service called Care Predict, where we're able to assist families in checking on the activities of daily living.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I think that technology is definitely where we're in the direction we're heading. Can't replace a human touch.
Exactly.
Obviously, human touch is always best, but technology is definitely the future.
Yeah, it's just an addition. It's going to definitely complement that human touch. So, well, I really appreciate you coming on this morning. I know you're running a company, you've got a lot going on. So thank you so much for being here with us today. And if you'll just introduce yourself and the company one more time, and then we will close out.
So I'm Christie Castro, co-owner of Homewell Care Services, serving Manatee and Sarasota County. If you are in need of care, please give us a call at 941-303-5642. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate you, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.